All right, we're now streaming live.
I go back off. Hold on, I gotta take it back. Yeah, you can go back.
Mr. Espinoza Mateo, sir, can you hear and understand the interpreter?
Señor Espinosa Mateo.
Sí.
Señor, ¿puede usted escuchar y entender a la intérprete?
Sí.
Yes.
Mr. Espinoza Mateo, my name is Brad Gardner. I'm a magistrate court judge here in Clayton County.
Señor Espinosa Mateo, mi nombre es Brad Gardner y yo soy un juez de primera instancia aquí en el condado de Clayton.
And this is going to be your first appearance hearing.
I'm sorry, Judge, you were breaking up. Can you repeat that for the interpreter?
Yes, this is going to be your first appearance hearing.
Esta va a ser su comparecencia inicial.
¿Cómo? Disculpe.
On the male side, can we turn the radios down a little bit? I think it's causing some interference. Thank you. I think he said he couldn't hear. Was that what he said?
¿Qué dijo usted, señor?
No lo escuché.
That's exactly what he said, Judge, that he couldn't hear.
Okay, I'm going to start over.
Yo voy a comenzar de nuevo, okay?
Mr. Espinoza Mateo, my name is Brad Gardner. I'm a magistrate court judge here in Clayton County.
Señor Espinosa Mateo, mi nombre es Brad Gardner y yo soy un juez de primera instancia aquí en el condado de Clayton.
Okay.
Today is your first appearance hearing.
Esta es su comparecencia inicial.
The purpose of this hearing is to not take a plea of your case or to have a trial of your case.
El propósito de esta audiencia no es aceptar una declaración a cargos en su caso o tener un juicio en su caso.
The purpose of this hearing is for me to tell you what you've been charged with.
El propósito de esta audiencia es para que yo le diga cuáles son los cargos que se le han imputado,
To advise you of certain rights,
informarle cuáles son sus derechos,
to set bail on those offenses that I'm authorized to set bail,
fijarle fianza en aquellos delitos que se me permite fijarle una fianza,
to schedule a preliminary hearing,
programarle una audiencia preliminar
and to determine whether you require the assistance of an attorney.
y determinar si usted requiere la asistencia de un abogado.
You have the right to remain silent and say nothing.
Usted tiene el derecho a permanecer en silencio y no decir nada,
But should you give up this right, anything you say during this proceeding may be used against you.
pero si usted renuncia a este derecho, cualquier cosa que usted diga durante este procedimiento podría ser usada en su contra.
So please don't discuss the facts of your case.
O sea que por favor no hable de los detalles específicos de su caso.
During this and all other proceedings, you have the following rights.
Durante este y todos los procedimientos siguientes, usted tiene los siguientes derechos.
To the presumption of innocence,
A la presunción de inocencia,
to indictment by a grand jury for most felonies or by accusation for misdemeanors,
a que el gran jurado le formule una acusación para la mayoría de los delitos graves o que se le formule una acusación para los delitos menores,
to a speedy and public trial by jury,
a tener un juicio sin demora, público y ante un jurado,
to see, hear, and question witnesses who are called to testify against you,
de ver, escuchar e interrogar a los testigos que sean citados a testificar en su contra,
to compel the attendance of witnesses to testify on your behalf,
a exigir la asistencia de testigos para que testifiquen a su favor,
to testify on your own behalf or offer evidence in your own defense,
a testificar en su defensa o producir pruebas para que sean usadas en su defensa,
and to have an attorney to represent you.
y a tener un abogado para que lo represente.
If you cannot afford an attorney, one can be appointed to represent you if you qualify.
Si usted no pudiera contratarse un abogado, uno le podría ser nombrado si usted califica.
So, Mr. Espinoza Mateo, sir, you've been charged with 2 driving-related offenses.
Señor Espinosa Mateo, a usted se le acusa de 2 infracciones de tránsito.
These are both misdemeanor offenses.
Estos son dos delitos menores.
The first charge is driving a vehicle without a valid license.
El primer cargo es de conducir un vehículo sin licencia de conducir válida
Bond is going to be set at $500.
y su fianza va a ser de $500.
You're also charged with failing to yield the right-of-way while turning left.
También se le acusa de no haber cedido el paso mientras doblabas a la izquierda.
The bond for this offense is also set at $500.
Y la fianza por este delito también es de $500.
You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for December 13th at 8:30 in the morning.
Usted va a tener una audiencia preliminar fija para el día 13 de diciembre a las 8:30 de la mañana.
That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll receive a new court date in the mail.
Y esta audiencia se cancela tan pronto usted pague su fianza y salga, y usted recibiría un nuevo citatorio por correo.
Mr. Espinoza Mateo, would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Señor Espinosa Mateo, ¿quiere usted que yo vea si usted califica para nombrarle un abogado?
Después,
Okay, Mr. Espinoza Mateo, if you have a question about that, please ask.
Señor Espinosa Mateo, si usted tiene una pregunta al respecto, por favor, hágala.
pregunta, ¿no? Es que voy a pedir a mi esposa por pagar la fianza.
Repita, no tiene pregunta, pero ¿qué más dijo?
Que va a venir mi esposa para pagar la fianza.
Not a question, but my wife is coming to pay the bond.
Para salir.
Okay, so, sir, paying the bond has no connection to whether you're entitled to a lawyer or not. They're totally separate.
Señor, el pagar la fianza no tiene nada que ver con que si usted tiene el derecho a tener un abogado o no.
Okay, el abogado es como gratis. Oh.
The attorney is like for free.
Well, I have to make that determination. So if you want me to go through that process, I will. If you don't, you can represent yourself. You can hire your own attorney. These are all rights that are guaranteed to you.
Yo tendría que tomar esa decisión ya después que revisemos o hagamos el proceso. Y si usted quiere contratarse su propio abogado o quiere representarse a sí mismo, esas son cosas a las que usted tiene derecho.
Pues ¿puedo pagar la fianza ahora para salir?
I'm going to pay the bond to be released.
Okay. My question is about a lawyer, not about bond.
Okay, mi pregunta es con respecto a un abogado, no es con respecto a la fianza.
No tengo abogado, pero si califico.
I don't have an attorney, but do I qualify?
Are you currently working, Mr. Espinoza Mateo?
Señor Espinosa Mateo, ¿está usted trabajando actualmente?
¿Trabajando?
La pregunta es si está usted trabajando. ¿Trabaja usted?
Sí, estoy trabajando en el aire acondicionado. El aire acondicionado, más bien ahorita, en esta semana, ahorita estoy trabajando para sacarlo de la renta y pues, de los gastos de mi familia también.
Usted dijo que en esta semana, no le pude entender, en esta semana. Está trabajando para pagar la renta y los gastos de su familia. ¿Eso fue lo que dijo?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Judge. I'm having some issues being able to understand. But what Mr. Espinosa Mateo stated was that he's working, that he works on air conditioning, and that this week he's working to pay his rent and expenses for his family.
Okay, would you just request of him that he simply respond to the question as asked?
Señor Espinosa Mateo, es muy importante que usted solamente responda lo que se le pregunta. Okay?
Okay.
How much do you make per hour?
¿Cuánto gana usted por hora?
Yo trabajo el día $160 al día.
I work per day is $160 per day.
How many days a week do you work?
¿Cuántos días por semana trabaja usted?
Pues ahorita he estado trabajando 5 o 4 días.
Right now, I was working like 5 or 4 days.
I'm going to find that you qualify, Mr. Espinosa Mateo. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any other questions for me?
Señor Espinosa Mateo, yo voy a encontrar que usted califica y le voy a nombrar un abogado para que lo represente. ¿Tiene usted alguna otra pregunta para mí?
No.
No.
Thank you, sir. You can be excused.
Gracias, señor. Puede retirarse.
Ms. Bermudez, that appears to be the only person we needed you for here today. Looks like it's going to be a reoccurring thing this week, so maybe I'll see you again tomorrow.
Yes, sir. You have a good day.
Thank you. Okay, let's bring both sides up. Okay. On the lady side, are they all just still in the dorms or?
No, Your Honor. Deputy Hernandez, have the females come out and stand in 3 lines.
I don't know. What? Come here.
I need to be back. I'm going back to the dorm, right?
Yeah, take a look at it. I'm not gonna have you behind your back or anything. No.
Ms. Fowler,
Oh. Well, go back.
Ms. Fowler,
Yes.
you have Deputy
Yes.
Hernandez. You have Deputy Hernandez have the females stand in 3 lines and stand in attention.
They're coming out.
Thank you, ma'am.
Y'all need to take your hands off your arms, off your skirt, and put your hands behind your back and stand in line. I'm gonna stand here, man.
Break it up.
Break the line off and stand right here. Just waiting on y'all. Put your hands behind your back, ma'am. Take your arms out.
Okay, looks like we're ready. Good morning, everyone. This is your first appearance hearing before the Magistrate Court of Clayton County. My name is Brad Gardner, and I'm a judge in this court. I'm here to inform you of the charges that have been filed against you, to advise you of certain rights, to set bail on those offenses, and I'm authorized to set bail, to schedule a preliminary hearing, and to determine whether you require the assistance of an attorney. You have the right to remain silent and say nothing, but should you give up this right, anything you say during this proceeding may be used against you. So please don't discuss the facts of your case. During this and all other proceedings, you have the following rights: to the presumption of innocence, to indictment by a grand jury for most felonies or by accusation for misdemeanors, to a speedy and public trial by jury, to see, hear, and question witnesses who are testify against you, to compel the attendance of witnesses to testify on your behalf, to testify on your own behalf, or offer evidence in your own defense, and to have an attorney represent you. If you cannot afford an attorney, one can be appointed to represent you if you qualify. Some of you will be allowed to post unrestricted bonds for your release from jail. These bonds may be posted by cash, commercial, or property. Some of you will have special conditions on your bond that prohibit you from contacting certain people or going to certain places. You will also be prohibited from contacting the victim while you're in jail. If you violate the court's order, your bond will be revoked and you can remain in jail until your trial. You could also receive additional felony charges. It is important to note that if someone is listed as a victim in your case, that person will not be allowed to post your bond. Some of you are charged with offenses for which this court is not authorized by law to set bail. In this event, a bond hearing will be scheduled before a judge of the Superior Court of Clayton County, and you will be informed of that date. If you are currently on active probation, this court is not authorized to set bond at this time. Where the bond is appropriate in your case will be reconsidered after your probation officer has had an opportunity to consider this new arrest. The purpose of a preliminary hearing is to determine whether there is sufficient evidence to support the allegations against you. The standard at this stage is very low. A judge determining whether a charge goes forward at this stage only has to determine that it is possible that the crime occurred. Everyone has the ability to waive their right to a preliminary hearing. However, you should speak to a lawyer first if you are unsure about whether it is appropriate to waive your preliminary hearing. If you post bond, your preliminary hearing is automatically waived. You will receive notice at the address you give of your next court date. Finally, will everyone please raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirming statements you make during this proceeding shall be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God? Sir, in the orange, thank you. Do you swear affirming statements you make during this proceeding shall be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Let's start on the lady side with Miss Billinger. Miss Billinger, ma'am, you're charged with 3 felony offenses and 1 misdemeanor. Cruelty to children in 3rd degree, that's a felony offense. Bond is going to be set at $5,000. Cruelty to children in the 3rd degree, felony offense. Bond is going to be set at $5,000. Terroristic threats or acts is charged as a felony. Bond is going to be set at $5,000. And battery as a misdemeanor, bond is going to be set at $5,000. That's a total bond of $20,000. There's going to be a stay away provision on this bond to stay away from Michael Billinger, Styles Callahan, and Chantikia Callahan or Calhoun. Do you understand that, ma'am? Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll receive a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Okay.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I want you to take a deep breath, ma'am. Take a deep breath. Okay. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yeah.
Are you currently working, ma'am?
I don't think I was doing DoorDash. That's all I was doing. DoorDash, right? That's it, that's all I had. Trying to DoorDash, that's it.
Okay, ma'am, are you currently working? No. You said no? Okay,
No.
I'm gonna find that you qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back. Miss Bruner. Ms. Bruner, ma'am, you charged with one felony count of possession of marijuana more than an ounce. This is one of those cases where I cannot set bond at this time because there's an indication that you were on probation. So bond is going to be denied pursuant to Georgia Code 17-10-1. You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning. You're going to also have a bond hearing date set for December 16th at 8:30 in the morning. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yeah,
Are you currently working, ma'am?
yeah,
About how much do you make per hour?
516.
Okay. I'm going to find that you qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, no,
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back. Ms. Connor? Ms. Connor, your case was charged as a misdemeanor, although theft by receiving stolen property of a vehicle is a felony offense. So with that being said, you are also showing as being on probation or parole. And so bond is going to be denied pursuant to Georgia statute 17-10-1. You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning. You're going to also have a bond hearing date set for December 16th at 8:30 in the morning. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, but I'm unaware that I'm on probation. I've just had all my cases in Clayton County dropped.
You said you just had what?
I just had all my cases in Clayton County dropped over the summer. I was unaware that I'm on probation.
Okay, give me 1 second. Ms. Connor, saying that you were arrested on May 17th of this year and July 28th of this year. And it says you were
Yes.
convicted, hold on, it says you were convicted on, what's that date? You were convicted on August 15th of this year with criminal trespass. You're given a suspended sentence of 12 months.
I don't know. She just told me she gave me time served and that everything was dropped.
Let's say, okay, so under Georgia law, a suspended sentence counts as being on probation, even though your sentence is suspended. You're still, you don't have to report or anything like that, but you're still considered to be on probation.
Oh, they never told me any of that. She told me I was free to go, that I had time served, and that I could go home.
Which was all true, but you still, it says suspended sentence, 12 months, confinement, 18 days, credit with time served, no additional jail time. And that was
But they
on
never.
August. Okay,
So, I
ma'am,
mean,
ma'am,
I don't
ma'am,
understand. Is, oh, sorry.
ma'am, all I can do is tell you what the law says. I can't, as a judge, I can't ignore the law. I do understand what you're saying. So, as it relates to this, let me come back to this, because I'm gonna ask a question about whether you want me to appoint a lawyer or not. You want me to appoint you a lawyer?
Please.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Yes, please. Yes,
Okay.
please.
Are you currently working?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna find that you qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Now, this is a discussion you need to have with your lawyer. The way that this statute works is that I can't set bond at this initial proceeding. Your lawyer can contact the, in this case, it'll be the district attorney's office, or your lawyer can contact the probation officer. And if they work out some kind of agreement, they can present that to the court. And 9 times out of 10, the court is going to sign it. But it's one of those things where I can't do it today, but it doesn't mean it can't happen tomorrow. Okay? Do you have any questions about that, ma'am?
Well, I don't know. When I was in intake, they gave me a bond. I don't know if I don't know if that has anything to do with what's going on right now, but I don't know.
So, and I'll tell you what was written on the, we call it a WAA, what was written on the form by the officer that made the arrest. The officer said theft by receiving as a misdemeanor, okay? But when you read the narrative, it says that you were in possession of a stolen vehicle. And what they mean by possession is that you were found sleeping in the vehicle, okay?
Right.
So when I read that, that is a felony. That is not a misdemeanor. If a theft is a misdemeanor, you get an automatic bond set by schedule is what they call it, at $2,000. So whomever set the bond, they looked at the charge, but they didn't read the narrative. Okay?
Mhm.
So do you have any other questions, ma'am?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess not.
Okay, you're free to go back, ma'am. Miss Dowdle Harris. Ma'am, you're charged with 1 count of terroristic threats or acts, and it's being charged as a misdemeanor. Bond is going to be set at $5,000. There's also going to be a stay away provision on this bond to stay away from a Dale Henson. Do you understand that, ma'am?
Yes.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for December 13th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll receive a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, please.
Are you currently working, ma'am?
Yes.
About how much do you make per hour?
14.
Okay, you do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
Okay, you're free to go back. Miss
Okay.
Miss Elliott. Miss Elliott, ma'am, you're charged with 1 count of public drunkenness. This is a misdemeanor. Bond is going to be set at $1,000. You're charged with 1 count of disorderly conduct. This is also a misdemeanor. Bond is going to be set at $1,500. You're charged with 1 count of simple battery. That's a misdemeanor. Bond is going to be set at $5,000. And you're also charged with 1 count of interference with government property, which is a felony. Bond is going to be set at $5,000. Because of the felony, your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out and receive a court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? I'm sorry, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. Are you currently working?
Yes.
About how much do you make per hour?
$9.
Okay. I'm going to find that you qualify, ma'am. Do you have any questions for me?
The felony charge that you're speaking of, what government property was I interfering with?
The allegation is that while you were in the police car that you kicked in, I think the dome light, or it says, hold on. Says that while you're in the back seat of the patrol vehicle that you caused damage to wires in the light, that you were kicking it and stumping in the back of the vehicle. So that's the allegation.
And the battery charge against who?
Police officer.
While being
Yes.
handcuffed, okay.
Well, it says that you kicked Sergeant Williams in the left arm, causing no visible injury.
This,
I'm sorry,
you
ma'am.
did this-
So, ma'am, these are the allegations against you. And this is why we go through this process as quickly as possible to get you a lawyer so you can speak to the lawyer and you can start defending yourself. Okay. Is there anything else, ma'am? Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back. Miss Gaston. Miss Gaston, you're charged with 1 count of criminal trespass. That's a misdemeanor. Bond is going to be set at $1,000. You're charged with 1 count of disruption of the operation of a public school. That is a misdemeanor. Bond is going to be set at $3,000. You're charged with simple battery. Bond is going to be set at $5,000. And you're also charged with bringing a weapon, being a pocket knife, onto school grounds. That is a felony offense. Bond is going to be set at $5,000. There's going to be a stay away provision on this bond to stay away from a Serenity Millen. Do you know that? I mean, do you understand that, ma'am? Your preliminary hearing date, because of the felony, is going to be set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll receive a new court date in the mail. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? I'm sorry, ma'am. Are you currently working? Okay. I'm going to find that you qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me? Okay, you're free to go back, ma'am. Miss Lopez.
Yes.
Miss Lopez, ma'am, you're charged with 2 misdemeanor offenses and 1 felony offense. You're charged with 1 count of driving a vehicle while unlicensed. Bond is going to be set at $1,000. That's a misdemeanor. You're charged with 1 count of speeding. Bond is going to be set at $500. And you're charged with 1 count of simple possession of methamphetamine. Bond is going to be set at $3,000. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll receive a court date in your mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Please.
Are you currently working, ma'am? Okay, I'm going to find that you qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me? Okay, ma'am. Okay, you're free to go back. Miss Randers? Miss Randers, ma'am, you're charged with 1 count of criminal trespass. This is a misdemeanor offense. Bond is going to be set at $1,000. You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for December 13th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out and you receive a new court date in the mail. Now, ma'am, it says that you have been given a criminal trespass warning as it relates to this mobile home park. Don't go back there, ma'am. It's just going to lead to your being arrested. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
Are you currently working, ma'am?
No.
You said no?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, ma'am, I'm going to find that you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer. Do you have any questions for me? Okay, you're free to go back. Miss Riley? Miss Riley, ma'am, you're charged with 1 felony offense and 1 misdemeanor offense. You're charged with 1 count of criminal damage to property in the 2nd degree. That's a felony offense. Bond is going to be set at $4,000. You're also charged with 1 count of criminal trespass. That's a misdemeanor. Bond is going to be set at $1,000. Because of the felony offense, your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll receive a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? Are you currently working, ma'am? Okay, I'm going to find that you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
Y'all got a question. Y'all
Yes,
do
ma'am.
OR bonds? Y'all do OR bonds here?
OR bonds are done on a very limited basis. And I'm sorry, ma'am.
So the only reason I was asking you was because I'm not even from this state. And last time I tried to get out here, they told me that my father had to come up here in person. He's not gonna be able to come up here. He works 7 days a week. So I was just trying to see if I was eligible for that. By chance, my first time getting in trouble. I already don't get in trouble, but I mean, it's up to you, you're the judge.
Well, it's actually not up to me. I have to run this by my boss. And based upon what I recall from your criminal history, I do not believe that you will be someone that you would consider granting an OR bond.
History, so what are you speaking of?
Okay, give me 1 second.
I mean, I only been to jail for the shoplifting and the other shoplifting, but that was due to a fifty, so.
Okay, so ma'am, generally the way that an OR bond is viewed as like you're a college student and you got in a fight. It's not that I keep getting arrested and it's inconvenient for me to have to sit in jail. Okay. So I'm going to deny your request. Is there anything else?
No, I'm trying to figure out how am I gonna my data, cause they telling me I can't get out if I don't have nobody to come up here and pay my bond. I'm not gonna be able, how much of my bond total for 6,000?
5,000.
5,000. Okay, so that whole 5,000, if I'm gonna get a bond, bill bond, everything has to be done in person.
Okay.
And when I,
And ma'am, what I recall, I think you were arrested with, was it 3 other individuals?
other individuals, sir,
I'm sorry, ma'am.
other individuals.
Okay, I have basically the same fact pattern with the same address with I think 2 or 3 other men.
Okay, well, I came in with 2. I don't know about the third party. I only came in with 2 of those.
Okay,
Uh,
okay. Do you have any other questions for me, ma'am?
I don't know. You never answered my question really though. I'm gonna pay if my person, if you don't come up here in person. They're gonna, how do I go about doing it online or something?
So I honestly, I have no idea how the bonding process works. I know that there are people in the jail that you can ask those questions of, who that's all they do every day, and they'll be able to answer that question for you. Okay, ma'am?
Mhm.
All right, you're free to go back, Miss Riley. Okay, I think that completes the ladies' side. Is that correct?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, let's move over to the men's side. And we're gonna begin with Mr. Alvarez.
Oh, Mr. Alvarez. Big Your Honor, Mr. Alvarez.
Mr. Alvarez, sir, you're charged with 1 count of trafficking marijuana. This is one of those offenses where I am not allowed to set bond at this stage. So bond is going to be denied pursuant to Georgia statute 17-6-1. You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning. Can we turn the volume down a little bit on the laptop? I'm getting some feedback. Okay, perfect. Can you still hear me, sir?
Yes.
Okay. You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning. You're going to also have a bond hearing date set for December 16th at 8:30 in the morning. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer, or you're going to hire your own lawyer?
I would like to see if I could qualify for right now.
Are you okay? Are you currently working, Mr. Alvarez?
No, I lost some of my money in the stock market. I'm in the foreign exchange.
Okay. I'm going to find that you qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
My family, I called my family yesterday and they told me that supposedly they paid the bond. So I don't know what, like, I don't know what's going on, or if they paid something that like, I'm sort of confused. That's why I'm asking this question.
So the allegation is that you had 82.14 pounds of suspected marijuana. Anything over 10 pounds is considered trafficking, and I am not allowed by statute to set bond. So
I understand that. I understand that part. They said it's 80 what?
It says 82.14 pounds.
Okay, that's wrong, but okay, that's fine.
Okay. Is there any other question?
No, that's it.
Okay, sir, you're free to go back. Mr. Avery. Mr. Avery, sir, you're charged with 1 count of battery. This is a misdemeanor offense. Bond is going to be set at $5,000. Hey, can we cut down the chatter?
Could y'all please quiet? Yes, Your Honor, I just talked to him.
Okay, thank you. So you're charged with 1 count of battery. This is a misdemeanor offense. Bond is going to be set at $5,000. There's going to be a stay away provision on this bond, a stay away from Ayanna Leonard. Do you understand that, sir?
Correct.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for December 13th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out. and you'll receive a new court date in the mail. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? Are you currently working, sir?
Correct.
About how much do you make per hour?
Oh, like 18 to $19 difference.
Okay, I'm going to find that you qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
So, thank you.
Okay, sir, you're free to go back.
All right, thank you. I'm blessed.
Mr. Brown.
Yes, sir. Wow.
Mr. Brown,
No, crimes. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry.
No.
Mr. Brown, are you Mr. Brown, Alan Brown?
Yep, yes.
Okay, Mr. Brown, sir, you're charged with 1 count of terroristic threats. This is a felony offense. Bond is going to be set at $10,000. You're charged with 1 count of public drunkenness. Bond is going to be set at $1,000. You're charged with 1 count of an open container violation. Bond is going to be set at $500, and 1 count of disorderly conduct. Bond is going to be set at $1,500. There's going to be a stay away provision on this bond to stay away from a SUNY coolie. Do you understand that, sir?
Could you repeat that?
There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a SUNY coolie, and I understand from the facts of this case that you may not even know who that is, but that's the person in the store that you allegedly made a threat towards, okay? So that should be easy to do, correct?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Well, could you tell me the store? I'm sorry. The store?
Okay. Actually, it doesn't say, well, it says Walmart in Lovejoy. Yes.
Oh, Walmart. Okay.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll receive a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
Okay. Are you currently working, Mr. Brown?
Yes.
About how much you make per hour?
6.
I'm sorry, sir.
26 an hour.
That's on the edge. I'm going to find that you qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
Yes, sir. I want to know why the court date so far away.
So believe it or not, we have court hearings every day. And as you can tell from the number of people that you've seen, that there are a number of people that get arrested. So this is the next court date that's available. Other than that, we'd be having 100 people a day. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you bond out, that date is going to get waived and you'll receive a notice in the mail. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Anything else, sir?
No, sir. That's it.
Okay. Now let's bring up Mr. Crimes. Mr. Crimes, sir, you're charged with 1 count of theft by conversion. This is a felony offense, and you didn't have a criminal history. I'm going to set the bond at $3,000. You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so whenever there's discussion in the background, it causes feedback on my end.
Judge, I can't, that's the jail. I can't, that's the jail. I'm gonna try to get him quiet, but we're in the jail, sir. So I'm trying to do my best.
Okay.
And that's my radio also too, so trying to,
Okay.
try to keep it as quiet as I can.
Okay.
But the inmates, if they're banging on the doors and screaming and yelling, I mean, I can do my best, Your Honor.
I understand. Let's see if we can work around this. Is it? No. All right. Well, let's just try to work with it. I'll work with it. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Grimes, sir, you're charged with theft by conversion. It's a felony offense. Bond is going to be set at $3,000. You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll receive a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
Are you currently working, Mr. Grimes?
Yes.
About how much do you make per hour?
$5 an hour.
I'm sorry?
$25 an hour.
Okay, I'm going to find that you qualify, Mr. Grimes. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back. Mr. Deese.
Mr. Dees. Your Honor, this was the gentleman that I sent the email about that said that he's not a junior. I didn't know if you received that email for that.
Well, let me see. When I get started, I don't look at the emails, but I'm looking at it right now.
Yes, Your Honor.
Wait, nope, I did not receive. Let me see. Did I miss? I do not have the email.
Okay, it should be Mr. Dees and it should be Mr. Deshaun Williams.
Okay.
Both their last names are not correct.
Okay. Are you, where did you go?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you saying that Mr. Dees is not the person that was arrested, or?
No, he's saying that is not his last name. That gentleman and Mr. Deshaun Williams is saying that is not their last names.
So, Mr. Dees, what is your last name, sir?
My last name is Dees, but I am not a junior, Your Honor.
Okay. What's your date of birth?
December the 9th, 1994.
That's the date of birth that's listed on the criminal history.
Right, I guess they just, from speaking for a quick second, that he just said that he just put his name in the system wrong.
And it appears that may be the case because on your criminal history, it's not listed as a junior. It's just listed as Gerald Lee Dees. So I guess I'm gonna strike through the junior. But on the warrantless arrest affidavit, it does not list you as a junior. So it may be, as Deputy Ford said, that it was just an error of someone who was inputting information as you were going through this process. So you are in the system as Jarrell Lee Dees. Okay. All right, sir, you're charged with one count of aggravated assault. That is a felony offense. Bond is going to be listed at $15,000. You're also charged with 1 count of cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. That is a misdemeanor. Bond is going to be listed at $5,000. There's going to be a stay away provision on this bond to stay away from a Nigel Freeman. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll receive a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you currently working, Mr. Deese?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm going to find that you qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, you're free to go back, sir. Mr. Haywood. Mr. Haywood, sir, you're charged with 3 felony counts of theft by receiving stolen property. Bond is going to be denied on each of those. You're also charged with 1 count of criminal trespass. Bond is going to be set at $1,000. That's a misdemeanor. You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning. You're going to also have a bond hearing date set for December 16th at 8:30 in the morning. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
Are you currently working, Mr. Haywood?
I was, yes, I was.
About how much were you making per hour?
I had a daily pay of $120
You're saying you were making $120 an hour?
a day.
A day? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sir. I'm going to find that you qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, why am I being denied a bond?
I looked at your criminal history. Let me go back.
With 3 children, and I'm a sole provider. So she doesn't work and she sits at home with 3 babies and babysit.
Okay.
I kind of try to figure out how to get out of here.
So you have 17 cycles, and just for your information, a cycle is each time that you have an interaction with law enforcement. And let's see. Your last arrest was then Lovejoy, misdemeanor possession of marijuana, and you were arrested. Hold on, you were arrested on November 6th of this year for failure to appear in DeKalb County on an open case.
That case was actually dropped and I have the proof of it at home. They told me to bring that back.
Okay.
That's why it was a failure to appear. I didn't know that it was a court date that had dropped. That was to get dropped.
Okay. And it looks like you also have, and it's from your history, but burglary and what was it?
Those cases are already handled and closed.
In California, yes.
Yeah.
So the allegation here is that you showed up at this this establishment, Pars Cars, and that they believe that you took several items while you were there. And
At
then,
Parks Cars?
let me finish, please, sir. You asked a question. I'm trying to give you the information. And then it says that they belong to an Antigua web, and that these items were pawned at Cash America Pawn in Jonesboro.
Not at all. I didn't take anything from anybody. Parks Cars should have cameras.
So, Mr. Haywood,
Yes,
again, we're not here to have a trial in your case. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. You asked me a question, I explained to you the answer.
it's no bond because of my history.
Yes, sir.
No.
Okay, you're free to go back. Mr. Lyons. Mr. Lyons, sir, you're charged with 1 count of theft by receiving stolen property as a misdemeanor. Bond is going to be set at $2,000. You're also charged with 1 count of simple battery as a misdemeanor. Bond is going to be set at $3,000. You're charged with 1 count of aggravated assault. Bond is going to be denied. You're also charged with 1 count of possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime. Bond is going to be set at $5,000. And finally, you're charged with 1 count of armed robbery. And this is one of those offenses where I cannot set bond at this stage. The bond is going to be denied pursuant to Georgia statute 7-6-1. There's going to be a stay away provision on this bond to stay away from a Michael Marcus. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning. You're going to also have a, hold up. I apologize for that. Mr. Lyons, you're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning. You're going to also have a bond hearing date. I'm going to initially set it for December 16th. However, that day may change because of the armed charge. It may need to be heard before one of the presiding Superior Court judges. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? Are you currently working, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
How much do you make per hour?
13.
Okay, I'm going to find that you qualify, Mr. Lyons. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me? Okay, sir, you're free to go back. Mr. McDaniel? Mr. McDaniel, sir, you're charged with one count of family violence battery. Bond is going to be set at $5,000. You're also charged with one count of criminal trespass. Bond is going to be set at $3,000. You're going to have a stay away provision on this bond to stay away from a Hermesi Tally. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for December 13th at 8:30 in the morning. The date will get waived upon you bonding out, and you'll receive a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Are you currently working, Mr. McDaniel?
No, sir.
Okay, I'm going to find that you qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
Sir.
Okay, no? Okay. Mr. Mitchell. Mr. Mitchell, sir, you're charged with 4 misdemeanor offenses. You're charged with 1 count of theft by taking. Bond is going to be set at $2,000. You're charged with 1 count of theft by receiving stolen property as a misdemeanor. Bond is going to be set at $2,000. 1 count of financial transaction card theft. And bond is going to be set at $2,000. And 1 count of theft of lost or mislaid property. Bond is going to be set at $2,000. You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for December 13th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out if you receive a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yeah.
Are you currently working, sir?
Yes.
How much do you make per hour?
17.
Okay, I'm going to find that you qualify, Mr. Mitchell. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No.
Okay, sir, you're free to go back. Mr. Perry.
Here. Oh, no.
Mr. Perry, sir, you're charged with 1 count of possession of marijuana less than an ounce. That's a misdemeanor offense. Bond is set at $1,500. You're also charged with 1 count of use or possession of drug-related objects. That's a misdemeanor offense. Bond is also set at $1,500. You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for December 13th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? Are you currently working, Mr. Perry?
Yes.
How much you make per hour? I'm sorry, sir. Okay, I'm going to find that you qualify, Mr. Perry. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me, sir? Okay, you're free to go back. Deputy Ford.
Yes, sir.
Is it possible for someone to check and see on those CAA forms? Because I still haven't received them.
I did email him. Give me 1 second, sir, because I did email him.
Okay.
Okay, I can resend them to you, Your Honor. I think they might have given me they gave me your email. Let's see. Yes, sir. I sent it to your email. Let me see what happened to that. Yes, it says they're forward, Your Honor.
Let me see. Checking my junk folder.
Open this up really quick. I'm gonna just re-forward it to you, sir.
Okay. All right. We're getting towards the end, and I know I'm going to have to complete this paperwork, and I'm going to need those.
I did. Okay. Okay, let me see. Tell me if you get this, Your Honor.
Okay.
I'll send it to you now. Did you see that from Deputy Ford?
Let's see. Got it.
Okay. I don't know why I didn't send the first time, Your Honor, but I made sure it sent this time.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Okay, who's the next person you need?
Mr. Pilcher.
Okay, here you go, Your Honor.
Mr. Pilcher, sir, you're charged with 1 count of simple possession of methamphetamine. This is a felony offense. Bond is going to be set at $3,000. You're also charged with 1 count of use or possession of drug-related objects. That's a misdemeanor offense. Bond is going to be set at $1,500. Because of the felony, you're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll receive a new court date in the mail. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you currently working, Mr. Pilcher?
Yes.
About how much you make per hour? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
$14, Your Honor.
Okay, you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, sir, you're free to go back.
Satchel.
Mr. Satchel, sir, you're charged with 1 count of loitering or prowling. That's a misdemeanor offense. Bond is going to be set at $1,000. You're also charged with 1 count of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. That is a felony offense. Bond is going to be set at $10,000. Because of the felony offense, you're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll receive a new court date in the mail. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
Are you currently working, Mr. Satchel?
Yes, I am.
About how much do you make per hour?
18.
Okay, sir, I'm going to find that you qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
Okay, sir, you're free to go back. Mr. Shepherd. Mr. Shepherd, sir, you're charged with 1 count of disorderly conduct. That's a misdemeanor offense. Bond is going to be set at $1,500. You're charged with 1 count of obstructing an officer as a misdemeanor. Bond is going to be set at $2,000. And you're charged with 1 count of simple battery, which is also a misdemeanor. Bond is going to be set at $3,000. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for December 13th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll receive a new court date in the mail. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you currently working, Mr. Shepherd?
Yes, Your Honor.
How much do you make per hour?
$12.
Okay, sir, I'm going to find that you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
No, Your Honor.
Yes. Okay, sir, you're free to go back. Mr. Jamar Smith. Mr. Smith, sir, you're charged with several felony offenses. You're charged with 3 counts of violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. And I'm going to set the bond at $10,000 apiece for each of those felony offenses. You're also charged with 1 count of use or possession of a drug-related object. That's a misdemeanor, setting the bond at $1,500. You're charged with 1 count of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, setting the bond at $10,000. Charged with 1 count of use or possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime, I'm setting the bond at $10,000. And you're also charged with being in possession or control of a vehicle that has inoperable taillights. Bond is going to be set at $500. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll receive a new court date in the mail. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, sir.
Yes.
Okay, are you currently working, Mr. Smith?
No.
Okay, sir, I'm gonna find that you qualify, going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
Okay, sir, you're free to go back. Mr. Wallace. Mr. Wallace, sir, you're charged with 3 felony offenses. The first is aggravated assault. Bond is going to be denied at this time on that charge. You're charged with 1 count of possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime. That's a felony offense. Bond is going to be set. Bond is going to be denied on that charge. And finally, you're charged with 1 count of armed robbery. I am not allowed to set bond on that charge pursuant to Georgia statute 17-6-1. So bond is going to be denied pursuant to that statute. You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning. You're going to also, I'm going to set this bond hearing for December 16th. However, I believe it's going to have to be heard before a presiding Superior Court judge. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? Are you
Yes.
currently working, Mr. Wallace?
Yes.
How much do you make per hour?
14.
I'm going to find that you qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me? Okay, sir, you're free to go back. Mr. Wilkins. Mr. Wilkins, sir, you're charged with some of the same offenses as the other gentleman. However, you're in a different situation. So with the 3 felony charges, violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act, bond is going to be denied pursuant to Georgia statute 17-10-1. The use or possession of drug-related objects, that's a misdemeanor offense. Bond is going to be set at $1,500. Possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, bond is going to be denied pursuant to Georgia statute 17-10-1. And possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime, which is also a felony offense, bond is going to be denied pursuant to Georgia statute 17-10-1. You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning. You're going to also have a bond hearing date set for December 16th at 8:30 in the morning. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
You currently working, Mr. Wilkins?
No, sir.
I'm going to find that you qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes, what was the first court date you said?
December 14th. That's a Wednesday. Yes, sir.
Okay, and then the bond hearing court date is on the 16th.
Yes, sir.
All right.
And you should speak to your lawyer because sometimes they'll be able to work something out with the prosecutor that deals with everything at the same time.
Okay. All right.
All right, sir. You're free to go back. Mr. Williams. Now, Mr. Williams also had an issue with respect to his name.
Last name was Willis. Deshaun. Should be.
Oh, boy.
Actually, hold on. Wait right there.
Ask him to give you his date of birth.
What is your birthday?
October 1st, 89.
October 1st, 1989. October 1st, 1989. 89.
That's what I have here. Let's see. All right, so it looks like The issue with Mr. I'll say Willis, okay? There are a number of names associated with him. There's,
Come on, step out here. Step in front of the judge. Why? Step in front of the judge. I talk to the judge.
so, sir, a Deshaun Slater, a Deshaun Willis.
Yeah, them the only name.
Sir, please. Deshaun Williams, Deshaun Slater, Deshaun T. Willis, Deshaun Slater, and Deshaun T. Slater. So there's one of two things that's going on, sir. Your fingerprints have been listed to all of these names.
So Williams, that's the first time. Only Slater. My last name is Slater at first. I was born with Slater, and my mom changed it to my stepdad last name with the Willis situation. I've been having that situation where I get booked in as Willis or Slater, but Williams is a whole different other. I never had Williams. That's where they messed up at that. I'm not no Williams. I have never been booked in as that name. Willis and Slater only been in names I've been booked under. That was a mistake they made. That's on something. That's the wrong person mistake they made.
So we're going to proceed under the name of Williams.
Well, my name is Willis. I never had Williams. I never have got an ID of social security card or nothing under Williams. I never been booked in as under Williams. I only been booked in as Willis or Slater because my last name, I had a long thing with that. I was born under Slater, which is my mom's name. My last name, but my mom changed my name when I was 16 to Willis, to her husband's last name. And that's what the mistake I had with, but the Williams, I never been booked in as that. That's something else. I never have. I only been booked in as Willis and Slater.
I understand that, sir. I understand that. Today, you're being booked in under Williams, okay? The legal argument that you're raising is what's called a plea of misnomer, okay? So what that means is when this gets to the court side, have your lawyer file a plea of misnomer. I've never gone by the name of Deshaun Williams. I've never been known by the name of Deshaun Williams. My name is Deshaun Slater. And then they'll change it. Okay? Now, can we proceed?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, thank you, sir. You're charged with 1 count of criminal damage to property in the 2nd degree. That is a felony offense. Bond is going to be set at $4,000. And you're also charged with 1 count of criminal trespass. That's a misdemeanor offense. Bond is going to be set at $1,000. I've set the same bond amount as I did, I believe, for her name was Miss Riley. You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll receive a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yeah.
Are you currently working, Mr. Williams?
No.
Okay, sir. I'm going to find that you qualify. Going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
Thank you, sir. You're free to go back. Mr. Wright? Mr. Wright, sir, you're charged Also, with criminal damage to property in the second degree, that's a felony offense. I'm setting bond at $4,000. Charge of criminal trespass, that's a misdemeanor. I'm setting the bond at $1,000. And you're charged with one count, of possession of a peel outside of the container. That's a misdemeanor offense. I'm setting the bond at $1,000.
Yes, sir. On that, I don't mean to interrupt.
Hold on. I'm
Yes,
gonna let you speak, but at the same time, before that happens, I'm gonna caution you that this is being recorded. Okay.
Yes, I understand. I'm fully aware.
Okay. So you're gonna have a preliminary hearing date set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll receive a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
No.
Okay. Mr. Wright, I cut you off. What is it that you wanted to tell me, sir?
Yes, I wanted to know what was the if I was to waive my preliminary hearing right now, then how would I proceed forward? What I mean.
Go ahead.
What I mean is, how would I proceed forth? Would I have another proceeding today?
No. So you have every right to waive your preliminary hearing. And if you were to do that today, you would sign that waiver. They'd send it over to me. I'd sign it. And then it goes back with your paperwork today. The Sheriff's Department gets that paperwork, that waiver, and then they will send your file over to the Superior Court of Clayton County. And then once it gets to the Superior Court of Clayton County, it'll get, at some point, they're probably gonna, what they call accuse it, meaning they can sit at their desk and write up the charges. And then
one more time. Can you repeat that, sir?
Okay.
I heard the debt. I heard the debt.
You said the debt?
Yeah, I thought you said the debt.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I did not. So let me start over. And maybe I said date, and just because of the way that I speak, it sounded kind of weird. You have every right to waive your preliminary hearing. If you were to do that today, you sign off on that form. They send it to me. I sign off on the form. And then I send that back to the Sheriff's Department. When they receive it, they will then prepare your paperwork to go to the Superior Court Clerk's office. And it goes to the DA's office. And at some point, your case will then get formally charged, assigned a judge, and placed on a court date.
Okay, I think that's what I want to do, sir. I want to waive my preliminary hearing, and I want to know if I made any statements as far as in regards of, because I want to be careful what I say.
Okay.
If I made any statements in regards of admitting any type of guilt in any form to my other two co-defendants that I was with, if I was to admit guilt to all of those charges, would that relieve them from liability?
The short answer to that question is possibly, but that's something that the district attorney's office will make a determination of. So that is a discussion that you should have with your lawyer, because, and I say that from this standpoint, I don't know the facts of your case other than what's printed here.
Yes,
so
sir.
I don't know if they have 10 video cameras going and recording everything. I don't know any of that stuff. So I can't answer that question for you. That's why it's best to put to your lawyer, so that your lawyer can then, through their investigation, be able to tell you whether they believe that's a good idea or not.
Okay, so it's not my intentions to hold you up or anyone else. So this will be my last question, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
I would like to know, I just did 10 years imprisonment.
Uh-huh.
And currently the reason why I was in the situation that I was in was because they just kind of like threw me out of there and I didn't have anywhere to go. So I was staying in that abandoned apartment. But
Hold on.
I understand clearly what I'm saying, sir.
I please.
Understand.
No, I appreciate that. I really do. But I'm
You would
gonna
rather
let
not for me to.
Right. My job is to answer any question. Your lawyer's job is to represent you. And before you get to the point of having the lawyer represent you, you're starting to get yourself into the facts of your case.
Okay, yeah. I don't mean to deviate. So like I was saying though, I just did 10 years in prison. And all I'm asking your honor is if you can have any leniency toward me, toward the bond, as far as could you set my bond as the lowest amount bond that could possibly be set for those charges, sir, those offenses?
Which honestly I did.
Okay, that was the lowest amount.
Well, I try to remain consistent with everyone so that what you're charged with doesn't mean that you're guilty or innocent. And so when we start changing stuff, people say, well, I got charged with the same thing. And as the other dude, and you set his bond at this, and you set my bond at something different. Why you treat me different? Why are you doing that? So
you know what I'm saying?
No, I do hear you. I do understand. And all I can say is that I'm not going to change it. I do understand your request. Now, again, your lawyer.
I'm representing myself, Your Honor. And so before I go, I just want to say that is a constitutional right to have a bond that is reasonable. If I have no income and I'm homeless and I just got out of prison, then how could a $5,000, $6,000 bond be reasonable for me?
Okay, so under that logic, all you got to do is just not have a job and go out and commit get arrested. And I'm not saying commit, but get arrested 20 times and then come back out 20 times because you don't have a job. And I now should be setting a bond that allows you to go back out on the street.
But that's not the case. I haven't been arrested 20 times. And not for this. I've never been arrested for this offense.
Mr. Wright, if you were to allow me to appoint you an attorney, you may be able to get the stuff that you're trying to get.
No, I'm saying that would be at a later date. That would be the 14th. Today, I'm trying to get bonded out.
I understand. And I've set a bond.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, have a good day. Okay, that appears to end today's calendar.
Yes, John. We can start taking the gentleman back to 7.
Thank you. I will see you tomorrow.